John is having a very busy morning marking exams and responding to emails. However, because in his online calendar he appears to be free, his electronic door sign displays a green light and an inviting come in message. John decides to change this status by turning the availability cube on his desk to busy, thus changing the door sign accordingly. Later in the afternoon, his most pressing work has been done, and John turns the cube back to the default position, check calendar. Maria, who's been meaning to talk to John, sees John's green light from across the corridor and decides to come in for a chat. In the next morning, John has a meeting with a student at 9:30. Unfortunately, his train is suffering some delays and he won't be able to make it to the office in time. John decides to display a message on his door sign saying, "Running 10 minutes late." In order to do that, he sends himself an email from his phone with the title, door sign, and the message to be displayed on the email body. The student sees the message and decides to come back later. When John arrives at the office, he marks the email as read to signal the door sign that it should go back to its default behavior. Physical objects are increasingly becoming embedded with communication and computational capabilities. Although this brings several opportunities, we believe that this can be maximized when we open the object to the outside. An open object is any physical object capable of capturing events from the environment, process them, and generate new events that allow it to interact with other objects and the user. Open objects are able to expose their capabilities to the outside, sharing them with other objects, outsource capabilities from other objects or external services when needed, and allow their users to modify or attach new functionalities, effectively changing their behavior and adapting them to their personal needs. A generic open object interacts with the environment through its sensors and actuators. Internally, it contains capabilities that control and make use of these sensors and actuators. Capabilities may produce events that communicate changes in the object or sensed in the environment. These events may trigger actions on this or other objects if any rules were defined to do so. Capabilities and events are bundled together in behaviors. When an object displays and complies to a certain behavior, it standardizes the way it works and interacts, allowing it to participate in collaborations with rules that were defined in a generic way, not specific to particular objects. In our scenario, John defined rules that augment and control how the two objects and the two external services work together to form a collaboration that matches his personal needs. With the minimal overhead, the Open Objects framework allows you to easily connect and orchestrate physical objects to form useful collaborations.